Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This is episode 5 of season 1. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series so far. We are absolutely flying and we are really entertained and really invested in the storyline. So last episode it was very interesting because although Tommy is working to get on Billy's side, so to speak, he wants to get in there. He did get like a contract which gives them a legal document so they can have their own stall at Enquiry, so they can do betting legally, you know, and take bets. And obviously they know that some races are going to be fixed as well, so they're going to be raking it in. But obviously he's trying to show Billy that he's on his side. The what would you say, like the crime around Billy's network, so to speak, at these races has decreased since the Peaky Blinders have come in. They've restricted the leads from taking the money away from them. But what Billy doesn't know is on the back end, yeah, Tommy's cutting deals with the Lees as well. His brother John, he's looking for a wife, and he was going to marry I'd say that the town prostitute, you know, and he said that she's a changed woman. Well, Tommy went over, he offered her a deal, he gave her £8. He was saying, one last time, you know, before you marry my brother, shall we? She was like, okay then, where do you want to go? He was like, get out, you can keep that £8, but I'm going to tell him. I thought he was out of the work, but you're definitely not. And he went and told John, he said, look, it's down to you. You can either go marry her, you believe she's a changed person, you can go and do that, it's fine. But I just need you to know the facts. She was willing to take my money and sleep with me, and she's definitely not out of the game. Then later on in the episode, he went to the Lees and he cut a deal as well with one of them that their families could be united together, the Lees and the Shelbys as one. And yeah, he did, mate. John married one of the Lees. She's really pretty as well. He's really looked like he was really happy with it. And he called a family truce that day, Tommy. He said that, you know, his sister, she can come to the wedding and he won't do anything. He won't badger her. He won't ask anywhere for Freddie. He won't say what he's doing, where he's gone. And also, while she was there, her water broke and she was having a baby. And he also said that Freddie is allowed to come to the birth, you know. Every man should be there for the birth of his child. And today is family day and there is a truce. He can come and he can see it. Well, Grace, she heard this information. She got straight onto the phone and she called it in. While Freddie was at the house, you know, enjoying his time, being a new dad, the police come in, they arrested him and took him away. And that is how we ended the episode, with Tommy stood there, baffled, in the pub that is also bought for Arthur, and trying to figure out, obviously, who the little rat is. That's pretty much it. He's got a mole in his camp and he needs to figure out who it is. But the interesting thing is that he doesn't know is that in that episode as well, yeah, Grace helps Arthur do some calculations in his books, and he also mentioned to her that Tommy likes to keep his you know, infantry near the docks. He likes to keep it spread out, so if he ever needs to get away, you know, there's different avenues that he can go. And she also called that in as well, and the police went and did search all of the warehouses, but they didn't find any guns, so he must have put them somewhere different, Tommy. But if he knew that, he would know that she's the prime suspect, because that's 2 bits of information that was released in that episode, and both times the police have come in and they have acted on it instantly. She's not held it back, Grace. She's just called it in straight away. And what's even more interesting is Tommy has invited her to be part of the crew. He wants her to be like their accountant, and he's also kissed her and expressed interest that he's actually you know, like fancies her. So again, she's digging herself deep and she's going to have to make a decision in the end. Is she going to have to, you know, be part of the Peaky Blinders, or is she going to stay undercover and she's going to try and get them all and arrest them all? Because I do feel like she's kind of falling for him as well. So that is where we currently are. You know, Tommy's gained a legal document from Billy so that he can be at the races doing legal bets, and he's also invited Grace part of his team. Grace is finding information, she's also calling it in, and Tommy has also cut a deal with the Lees, so now their families are united as one, and he wants to overthrow Billy, which Billy doesn't know yet. So it's very interesting, lots of stuff's going on. Can't wait for today's episode. Hopefully guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into episode 5 of season 1 of Peaky Blinders.
I brought more things for you and the baby. Got some fresh eggs and bread.
Babies don't have principles.
They do love beating them up, don't they, these police officers, man? They don't mess about. They killed someone last episode, didn't they?
It wasn't me who shot Freddie Thorne.
I'd ask you to swear on the Bible, but you can't swear on that, can you?
A new system. Everything in the diary, eh? Everyone in my family hates me. What would I tell them?
Interesting, man.
He's off the bloody
She can't call
rails,
that
is
in.
what he is.
Man wants to set his stall up with fellas lamping each other. He needs himself a licence.
A licence? How about I keep my money and you shove a licence up your arse crack?
No, you don't want to speak to me like that. Dad?
Jesus.
Wow, that's interesting. Oh, how interesting is that?
Thank you. You're a good boy.
Finish your sandwich and sling your hook.
I'm a guest of the head of this family, so why don't you maybe tend to your mangle or your scuttle?
The head of the family ain't here.
Aye, well, speak of the devil. How are you, son?
Get out of this house.
Tommy, he's
You
different.
shut up.
Quite something you become, voice one.
You calling someone a selfish bastard? I mean, thanks to you, we're already down a bloody sister.
They do the intense scenes really well, man. They do it really, really good. They make it feel impactful.
Every week we pay £1 10 shilling by postal order to a Daniel Owen.
Hangs around the pubs in Camden Town Wharf for us. Keeps his ears open for business. He's a good man.
But I've seen his grave. He was shot.
Now, that was a show.
He was buried in his grave.
It's true. Someone else is buried there.
No, what's good for you? You don't ask questions about things that don't concern you.
Do you know what I mean? In her head, she's probably thinking, like, she's got this perception of Tommy that he's such a bad guy. And then every time something happens, it changes. She thought he was a killer. He's not. She thought that he was going to throw her to the wolves, Billy. He didn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, slowly, she's seeing different sides of him that obviously she never thought that, you know, he had. And I do think that she kind of likes him, but she's also committed to a job, which is interesting, because it's hard to be like a double agent, pretty much.
The boy needs a good hiding, you ask me.
Yeah, well, I'm Polly's close to giving him one.
The war can change a man. Looking for myself, anyways.
Where did you fight, Dad?
All over, son. All over.
Yeah, all over.
I come to visit the new world,
America.
where I beheld the future. Look at that.
Show me.
Oh, there. There's a fortune to be made here. The Shelby Casino and Hotel, where I can stand proudly with my dear children by my side.
Let's do it. Let's bloody do it.
This is cause for a celebration.
Yeah,
Slanja.
Stranger. Well, I want to fight you, Dad.
Come on, boy.
That's here! It's Arthur Shelby Jr., my son! I love him and I'm proud of him! And I can find any one of you in here!
Just got absolutely done in now.
You're doing good! I love you, Doc! I love you!
Oh, that was interesting. I think a casino is a great idea, to be honest. But the thing is about casinos is you got to have money to make money. I feel like if you have got enough money, you never lose as a casino. You never. You might have bad days where you make more, where you lose more than you make. But I think the majority of the time you would win. Right. I would be interested to know in popular destinations, maybe not small little casinos that are dotted around, say like Manchester and stuff, like big cities. So let's just say Vegas, the obvious one. Has a casino ever had a year they've lost money? Has it ever happened, regardless of the prices, the prize funds that they give out, raffles, big jackpots, millions? Have they ever lost? Because I'd be pretty shocked, mate, if a casino in Vegas has ever come out of a financial year in the negative. I feel like they all come out in massive, massive, massive positives.
My name's Byrne. I'd word from your man in Camden Town you wanted to parlay. A few months ago, a man named Ryan came to this place with a view to buying some goods from you. He was a man with a quick mouth. I know that. I wondered if he made any enemies in here.
All are welcome here, Mr. Byrne.
Including Irish. Ryan told you he was a member of the Irish Republican Army.
A man who buys beer is welcome.
Perhaps you didn't believe him.
Would you like some water and cordial, Mr. Byrne?
You see, Mr. Shelby, Ryan, for all his quick mouth, was indeed connected by membership and blood. He was my cousin. My cousin came to buy guns.
And I told him I have none.
Your man Danny Owen talks a lot when he's drunk.
Sometimes it's the whiskey does the talking.
You see what I mean? How intense it is.
The brothers know where the guns are kept. They say to you, Asm, and we have men who work in the police station. Every finger in this city points in one direction.
It'd be funny if she drugged him in that drink, though, innit? He'd be devastated, wouldn't he?
My cousin was shot. I am judge, jury, and executioner. I find you guilty and I pass sentence.
Let me confess something to you. I have the guns, but they have become a burden to me. Perhaps it is time to unload that burden.
They have become a burden to him because they're causing him nothing but fucking trouble, isn't it, mate? He hasn't even used them or anything, and nobody actually knows he's got them, but people are suspecting it as, and it's just causing him a load of shizzle, innit? It just is. Even with the deal with the copper that he's got, it can go to, like, tits up in a matter of seconds like that. If Churchill decides somebody else is coming in, it's gone, his plan's gone, and then it's going to be all over. People are all going to be on his ass. Copper's going to come after him. He knows that he's got the guns because he's confessed to him. Like he said, he'll make it his last mission on his last day to come in and absolutely do the Shelbys in the family and make sure he gets them weapons back. So if he can get him off his hands, probably the best way, to be honest. But giving it to the IRA is probably not not the most ideal thing that he wants to do, is it? But then again, he's just said that he's going to come in and start taking out his family and stuff because he believes that he was the one that's killed his brother when it wasn't him, it was Grace.
The commander of the South Armagh IRA. You hooked yourself a big fish there.
These guns as bait, who knows what we'll catch.
I'd be solving a problem for you.
And I'd be winning you that medal. Who gave you Freddie Thorne?
As everyone in the city knows, it was you, Mr. Shelby.
Usually the police officer's not bothered, mate. The inspector tell him anything.
It's all there.
It is indeed. It was Friday. Meeting you at the boxing ring.
Right.
The guy's getting off with all that money. I can't believe he's just giving him all that.
What the hell is going on?
On the St. Andrew's bell strikes midnight. 2 IRA men are going to come through that door. When they have what they want, they plan to kill me. You're going to be in that back room. I'm going to be sitting there. When I make a toast, you're going to come out with that thing raised. You don't shoot, you just point.
If damage is done to either side, it's no concern of ours.
Oh, that was the guy that was there the first time.
Thick fucking tinker.
Do you think we'd let you live? Your peace, Mr. Shelby.
She's took another IRA out. Oh, he's getting... Oh, here we go, flashback. Oh. Yo, mate, that was a brutal death. What is that thing that he's hitting with? You got a pretty good shot. That's what I'd say.
Why did you shoot Grace?
I didn't know it had it in me like that.
Innit? He didn't expect a death, but she comes straight in, another IRA out.
You were supposed to come in the fucking 6th time!
He looks like he was killed by a wild fucking animal. This never happened. They were never here.
2 IRA she's took out now, mate. She's not messing about. Every time they come, she takes them out. Well, 3 of them have died pretty much around her now.
I'm sorry.
I had no idea he would involve you in this ugly business. If I had, I never would have let it happen. Sergeant Moss made a report, but because I burnt. But when you entered the room, you were embracing. Oh, my concern is for your welfare.
I believe last night something inside me changed. If I'm right and the guns are found, you have no more business with Thomas Shelby. Our military mission will be over and we can leave the city as we found it. In his way, he has been kind to me. A week after the robbery, there was a burial at St. Andrew's churchyard.
Oh, it's in Danny's grave.
The man supposed to be buried is alive. The guns are buried in that grave. Calling out unto the earth that I loved as a child.
Well done, boys.
For I smell of the earth and I'm worn by the weather.
She's lucky, right? Because, yeah, okay, they found the guns, but I would say this time he has no suspicion of it. Arthur, maybe, but you can kind of not flip the Arthur one, but he's done something so bad, giving his dad all this money, which they all hate, that, like, are you going to believe him when he says it? Like, because you probably wouldn't. She's kind of got lucky here with Arthur's poor judgment in his father, that, like, if they say they found the guns and then he's trying to backtrack and say, don't forget about my father, like, think about her. You'd just be like, nah, you're just an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'd probably blame him. I'd try and, like, force it on him that he's the one just, like, being the reckless one. So I think she might be okay here with this one. It is interesting, though.
All but one gun accounted for.
Then, sir, I resign my commission.
Regulations permit me to offer you this. I'm a simple man, but a good man. And my admiration for you has turned to love.
Wow, what an idiot, man. What a weirdo.
I don't know. Will you marry me?
No. She wants Big Tommy.
You deserve better.
I'm between us.
Didn't the guy say that he was friends with her dad? It's well weird.
Hello, son. May I ask who gave you my whereabouts?
Mars said you left him last night with a bill for your horse.
I'm not so acquainted with that promised land as I had thee believe.
You give me back my fucking money.
Do not despise the thief who steals to satisfy his starvation.
Listen to me, boy. There's nothing to prize ring now. If you ever put your hands on me again, I'll cut your fucking throat and spread you on these tracks.
I hope later on in the seasons this guy gets done in off them. I hope they absolutely do him and rob him.
What were you thinking? How dare you do something like that without talking to Thomas or me?
Terrible consequence has been avoided. Those guns that we dug up will never be used to murder the innocent. This man who dug this grave has also dug his own. Justice will be done, and will be seen to be done.
Who wants to fucking fight?
Fighting's over. Closing up and moving on.
I said who wants to fucking fight?
My brother in Digbeth just said the police are coming down from Derryton in numbers, asking for Tommy Shelby by name.
Harry said the police are already in Digbeth.
Yeah.
You took a chance coming here.
Police are in the line, Tommy.
Come with me.
I'm looking for Thomas Shelby.
Never heard of him.
So everyone's going to be like...
Find him.
On your knees.
He left with Grace. I think they were going to her place.
What did this guy actually think was going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Go against his word and Grace is just going to just accept it.
It's not much of a place. I have rum.
Actually, tea it is. When the trouble dies down, I'll go.
When will it die down, do you think?
Light, I'd say. You have a gramophone.
It's broken.
I could still dance.
He likes dancing. It's interesting. He was the one that asked her to dance the other day. He's going to look up in a window and see them dancing. Look at that.
Are you okay?
I don't hear the shovels against the wall. Will you help me with everything? You're alive. Business.
I wonder if this is the first night that he slept without smoking. Yo, I'd love this Arthur to, like, train to be a fighter. You know what I mean? We see him for about a season training. Oh no, don't kill yourself. It looks like he's gonna... That is not what I thought was gonna happen. Oh mate, it's mad. I hope it snaps, man. It's on a hook. Yes, there we go. Lives give you a sign, mate. Tense that, wasn't it? See what I mean, mate? They managed to go through these intense moments. Like, you watch it and then it just gets all serious, mate. It's like, when there's no talking, there's just emotion, a bit of music in the background. You get fully, like, concentrated in, you know, like, you're just watching it. You're engulfed in what's about to happen. I don't want him to die, yeah? I mean, he could die maybe in a couple of seasons if he starts getting annoying. But right now, he's just been... He's done a stupid move. He's trusted his dad, but it's his dad, and people do fall for stuff. Do you know what I mean? If you love your parents and they ask for something, most people do it, even if you think that's bad or that's a bad idea. You don't want them to do it, and you know it's bad, but you do it anyway because you just want that parent love, don't you? And that's what he's doing. And to be honest, his dad's proposal of a casino is a good idea, a hotel casino. I think that if these guys love doing the betting like they're doing right now, I think an expansion into a hotel casino in the future is the way forward. Like, I think it is a really good idea, but he's took it, the dad, and then he's threatened him, and he's like, I'll just do you in, like, 'cause he knows he could beat him up. I want him to actually train. I want this Arthur to train, right? Arthur Jr. and go and dominate Arthur Sr. because, like, I want him to come back. Because I think we're going into season 5, realistically, like in real life, and this is only season 1, so there's loads of times where he can be reintroduced. I want him to come back and I want him to get what he's got me. He's robbed off his family, and I didn't want a son to die because he's scared of telling Tommy and just ashamed of himself. I don't want that. I want him to come back, be strong and be better, and obviously deal the damage back to his dad for what he's just done to him.
Tell him the business I came to attend to is now complete. One matter I need to tidy up first.
It's so annoying, this inspector.
Polly told you.
Should have used a gun. Just when things are starting to go right, Arthur, try and do this. Name on a business card.
Shelby Brothers Limited.
Me and John, we quite fancy splitting your share, so just next time, use a gun, man.
I like it. I like how he's done it 3 ways. He's not like Mark Zuckerberg taking the whole business. He's not even bothered that he lost the 500 quid, is it? Look at him. He's looking at the positives. I like it. Into the sun. Next episode. Here we come. So, that is an interesting episode. Now, this inspector does my head in. Like, and not because he's doing his job. That's not what does my head in. You know, he's a police officer. Copper's a copper. He's there to uphold the law, to do his job. He's come to get the guns, get the baddies. That is what he's sworn in to do. But I hate people that lie. Yeah, they give a word, they cut a deal, and then they go against it. So it just does my tree in, honestly. Yeah, even somebody like Grace, who he respects, and obviously he's been a colleague for years. He worked with her dad, because she's resigned because she feels like she's, you know, succeeded at whatever she joined the force to do. You know, she wanted to avenge her dad's death. You know, after she's killed a few people, she's realised that's not really what she needs to do. She's come to terms with his passing, and like, she doesn't need to be in the service anymore. It's not for her. And then he's come and he's proposed to her, which is like well strange, considering like he's well older than her, and like I said, he was her dad's friend, and he's looked after her for like quite a lot of her life and been a boss most of the time in work. He's proposed, she said no. He's fuming that because she feels something for Tommy. He was the one that told her to get close, wasn't it? So again, that's interesting. He cut a deal, yeah, Sal, mate. Look, you give us the guns, I'll make sure Tommy's safe. Why is that not good enough? Why do you have to have an agenda? Yeah, why do you have to get all of it, go for everything? Why can't you just be happy with what you've got? You've got a massive win, yeah? You've got what Churchill sent you to do. You've got the guns. You're probably going to get a medal, like Tommy keeps saying to you. Yet you still want more, you know? Like, it's never, nothing's ever enough. And I just get annoyed when people cut a deal. Yeah, I'll do this, this, and this, and then they always go back on it, or they want more, or it's not good enough. And I hope that, you know, something bad happens. I hope something bad happens to him. I hope he loses the guns or loses his job, or he don't get Grace and Tommy wins. You know, I hope it all comes crashing down, because, like I said, man, when you take a big win, you take a big win. You don't always have to take every single bit to be successful. So I'm really excited for the finale. Like, I know there's only one more episode. I would like them to go to Aintree, cast the first, you know, like, race, so to speak, legally, and see what's going on with Billy. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting, the finale anyway. I can't wait to watch it. Okay, and that's going to wrap up episode 5 of Peaky Blinders. Hopefully, guys, enjoyed it. So we did see a little tiny bit of Freddie at the start of this episode after being arrested at the end. He was just locked up in his cell or beaten up, wasn't he? And we didn't see him for the rest of it. We didn't see, obviously, his wife now, Eva. She just had the baby down in the basement. They was going down trying to give her food to speak to her, but she wasn't speaking to anybody. And everybody thinks that it was Tommy that was the one that tipped the police off to come and get Freddie, which is interesting because it definitely wasn't. It was Grace. And I wonder if any of this ever actually comes out. Grace actually done her police work successfully. She managed to, you know, retrieve the guns without people finding out it was her that was the informant for the police. You know, she has got deep inside inside the Shelbys, and she's ended up killing another person from the IRA and let Tommy kill somebody as well. She killed the first person. That was the reason they turned up in this episode again, to avenge him. They're saying, and the judge, jury, and executioner, and I decided that you are guilty, so you better give us the guns. He's cut a deal. Well, Tommy was saying that I cut a deal. He went and told the police as well. They was going to arrest him. He said, look, I don't want anybody to know that my name's associated with it. I wouldn't have trusted him, mate. I think that he would have come in, the inspector, arrested him, let everybody know it was Tommy that tipped everybody off. That's just the way he is. Like I was saying in a little bit the outro a minute ago. But Grace come out, bang, mate. One shot, killed the guy, didn't even miss. Then Tommy's had to have a big full-on scrap, and he's done his head in with that little, like, tub or whatever. I don't even know what that is, you know. Like, when she first joined to do her, I don't know, what you say, interview or something, she picked the mop bucket up, she went across the floor, she picked these up, and she dumped him into the bucket. But I don't know why they're on the floor, like, just spit buckets. I actually have no idea. But again, like, so that's 2 of them down. So that's 3 people killed from the IRA that obviously she said was responsible for her dad's death. And I feel like that's why she's come to the conclusion that she no longer needs to be in the service anymore, because she was saying after tonight, you know, something's clicked and I feel different. And she's resigned. Like I said, the inspectors proposed. She said no. He's mad now. He's trying to go after Tommy. Them two, she's obviously helped Tommy. She's helped him escape. They've gone to her place. They've danced and they've slept together. Tommy was saying it's the first time in ages that he hasn't heard shovels and digging against the wall. You know, he's sleeping peacefully, and he's like thanking her for coming into his life. He's like, I found you. You found me, you know. Will you be here to help me sort this life out? You know, that's what he was saying. And then obviously the inspector's got on the phone and told well, London or whatever's that he's come here and successfully retrieved the goods that he was sent to do, but he's just got one little problem left to deal with, which I think is going to be Tommy again. But who knows? You know, I don't know what's going to happen to the inspector in the end of the last episode, or if he's just going to, like, I feel like he's a type of guy, yeah, that he'll just go out there and he'll just say, yeah, it's great, she works for the police, and then leave. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is something that he would do. He would literally just go out and say, yeah, the reason why we got these guns, Grace has been helping us. Now, see you later, guys. Thanks for all your stuff. I'm off. And then just bounce and just let all the chaos, like, erupt. That is something that he would do, and it wouldn't surprise me if it happened in the next episode. But again, Danny, you know, even though he's been saved by the Peaky Blinders, he's in London, and after a few drinks, he's been mouthing off, saying that they do have the guns and they know where it is, and that is the reason why the IRA come up. So they need to watch it with him. I know that obviously he sees some things from the visions of the war and has his PTSD, but he can't be going around telling secrets like that. It should be hush hush for everybody. So I mean, he's going to have to get some sort of, I don't know, tell it off when he comes back. But Arthur, again, this episode, you know, he met his dad. His dad was giving him, you know, all this and that. We should start a family business, the Shelby Hotel Casino, which I actually do think is a decent idea, to a business venture to go into if you are interested in gambling and stuff. But he wasn't interested in gambling, was it? He just wanted Arthur to show that he's got a bit of balls in the family, even though Tommy's in charge, and he give him 500 quid. His dad just took it, spent it on hoes and ran with it, mate. He's, you know, he said that you're not getting your money back, don't ever touch me again, you know, like it's in the Bible. I don't know, people fight to survive or something. I'm not too sure what he said, but he's kind of justifying himself robbing his family, which I think is just scruffy. Arthur Jr. wasn't happy with that. He felt like it was all his fault. Instead of wanting to tell Tommy, he tried hanging himself. Luckily for us and for him, his rope ripped, you know. It did look like he was going out, to be honest, and he was crying. And I think the acting's really good, actually, from all the characters in this show. But he did put it over a little hook, didn't he? And obviously his weight on it pulled the rope snapped. That's a sign it's not your time to go. So, Tommy's come back. He said, look, mate, if you would have went, you wouldn't have this. Give him a business card. I said, look, mate, we're in business. Me, you and John, 33% of the company each. It's split 3 ways. But if you want to kill yourself, fine. Use a gun next time. Shoot it much easier. We'll happily take your cut. And he started laughing and the episode ended. So again, really good, really interesting. I do love it. And I can't wait for the next episode, the finale. So hopefully you guys are excited for that too. So if you did enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.